Morning team, made it to Napoli, and first initial thoughts of Napoli are that the bus station is not in a good part of town. Basically there's rubbish and stuff all over the place, there's graffiti all over the place. It does seem like the people are cramped into the apartments and stuff like that, but that is not judging Napoli as a whole, or Naples as a whole. I am slightly concerned because my hostel is not too far from here. It's a 10-minute walk from where I got off, so another 5 or 6 minutes walk to get there. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it won't be anything too terrifying or anything like that. It won't be anything like the hostel movies or anything like that. But again, there is only one way to find out. So yeah, and we'll walk on down. I'm certain I'm over halfway there already. It is good that it is close to the bus station, though, I will say that. It's probably the closest one that I've had thus far. Almost certain it is the closest one. But I've only had a couple so far, so we'll see how we get on. Yeah, we'll see how we get on. But it's things like that make me say that they're all sort of like squished in together in little apartments. And I'm sure you may have seen a couple behind what I've been recording. So it's been a little bit odd on that. It does seem to be that in Italy anyway, that buses are incredibly popular. Which is not a negative thing, it's just something that I've noticed. Even for sort of getting around Italy. I was just taking a 15-hour bus trip. I've slept about 5 hours of it. Maybe a little bit more in sort of drifting off of consciousness and stuff like that, but I don't really know, to be fair. But yep, I'm gonna stop waffling now. See, I think that's how you know I'm tired, is that I start waffling. So I'm gonna stop that now, get to the hostel and head out from there, I think. Okay, yes, so it's turned to fact now. I am in a lower socioeconomic part of Napoli, so I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of Napoli. I'm somewhat understandable, I think. The hostel I'm staying in, I walked right past a homeless person sleeping. Going to the food hall now, there's another 2 homeless people just sleeping outside. There's, yeah, definitely one of the lower socioeconomic parts of Napoli, which is what I thought. But yeah, hostel, the guy that was there didn't speak English, so I've got 20 minutes to wait for the guy who does speak English apparently. But that is what it is. Not a massive issue there really. And then we'll go exploring. I'm just going to get some food, maybe some breakfast, and then yeah, hopefully get back to the hostel and then able to start exploring. And that's the way to start a clip. Shit. So, wandering through Napoli, I was going to go to the catacombs at San Cardino, decided not to, went off the beaten path a wee bit, found myself at the catacombs, so now I'm going to go into them. I bought my ticket, the tour starts in a couple of minutes, and thankfully I was sitting down about a minute away, so it works out all right. Luckily I just caught view of the time to be able to walk back in and take the tour of the catacombs of San Galdino. So this should be interesting. If nothing else, I am seeing the catacombs in France, and I do believe I'm seeing them in Paris as well. So this will be a nice start into the catacombs. So there we go. Hey team, just got out of my tour of the catacombs of San Galdino. Not a huge tour, about 45 minutes or so. Took underground, you got to see a lot of tombs, parts of a skull even at one point. Because they kept the skulls down there. Lots of old artwork that was put down there, some of them from the 5th century AD, which is really, really cool. Lovely old basilica there as well. And something else that came from it that I was quite excited about, because I haven't got a pass or anything for Naples or anything like that. But with paying for the entry to Catacomb de San Galdino gives you entrance to the Catacombs of San Gennaro. So that's where I am right now. The reason it's taking me so long to film it is because I've got a drink and I don't like having a drink while being on camera, even though I've done that many times. Well, maybe not many, but I've done that a fair few times. I still don't really enjoy doing it. So I've had a wee bit of a walk up, and look at this stunning building here. I haven't actually looked into what that is yet. It might even be the Basilica of San Gennaro, but I don't know. So I'm not going to tell you that it's that. I'm going to be wrong. And it does look like we're about to get a smattering of rain soon. Oh, football pitch. With the artificial turf. Obviously not for a big club. Grandstand's not big, might even be for a school. There's a little five-side court down there as well. Five-side pitch, whichever you want to call it. But I thought that view was going to be a little bit more impressive because it had all of the hills and stuff over there. I thought we were a little bit higher than what we actually are. But we're going to go check out the Catacomb de San Gennaro, and then we'll see where we're at after that. Alright, so I've made my way to the main reason of visiting Napoli, because I've made it to Pompeii now. So we're going to go through, we're going to see the ruins. You'll come with me, and we'll see what's good, basically. Now, unfortunately, my Herculaneum park got cancelled because apparently it's not open on a Wednesday. Don't know why they let me book it to begin with, but there's a whole story with that. So that happened. I was like, okay, cool, whatever shit happens, take that out. I'll just do Pompeii and Vesuvius. Then at about 8 o'clock last night, they cancelled the tour completely, so I had to find another tour, rebook on it, and luckily I was able to. Here I am. I got a full refund in the form of a voucher code instead of it being refunded to my bank, so I was able to just use, funnily enough, the exact same amount for the tour, and book this one. Yeah, so all's well that ends well, I guess. But it was a bit of a stressful moment last night, for sure. But we'll continue on and we'll see what's good. So I'm in Pompeii, and this is the big theatre, the public theatre for Pompeii. One of the few still almost completely intact buildings around. But you can imagine them sitting at the top of that, watching the stage behind us. Absolutely stunning. And you think how old this, you think how old just this building is, the fact that it's still standing and it's survived the ash from the Vesuvius eruption is, kind of nuts, I think. It's so cool. Definitely glad that I've been able to do this one.
A rodzicom poproś tam panią i chodź do nas.
Yeah, you can imagine sitting down here to watch it play and everything. Would be really cool. I'd love to watch concerts here now, to be fair. It'd be amazing. Or plays or musicals would all be amazing here. So this is Stadium Street, which was the main road in Pompeii in the ancient world. And it was done on a downhill, mainly for drainage purposes, we're being told currently. I'm almost relaying what I've been told in my ear here. So those holes, those dents there, can't think of the word, indentations there, from horse and carriage or cart. Just over time, just breaking down the rocks. And that's a pedestrian crossing, which is kind of cool in and of itself.
Allora, in pratica l'incrocio andiamo a destra, raggiungiamo l'incrocio principale, faccio vedere una cosa, è l'interno.
Yeah.
Siete capitati male?
So these are entrances to houses, I believe.
No, come dicevo ai tuoi genitori, amo interagire.
A pretty important person's house, so I'm going to pay attention.
This one representing the war of Troya from the beginning till the end. And as you can see here, and in the main room of the house, the atrium, there are two yellow and red. That's representing the war of Troya from the beginning till the end. Everything is original, 2000 years old, of course just at the top. Then you have to show us how it was then house. That's also the top. This was the beginning. Here, San was not really important. That was a plain one. What was a plain one? Very important. As you can see, the sound is over. One was raining, all the rain went down from the tunnel, and underground the house there were the cisterns to conserve the rainwater. But of course it was just for religious people, because the normal people get cold. First one, of course, it is not anymore. During the eruption was destroyed. Here, the main entrance was the most important. Well, now of course you're not going to see nothing. You don't see doors, you don't see walls. But here there was the office of Potter, the owner of the house. And
questo mosaico con queste multicolore, è una riflessione del Nilo. Il Nilo fa per questo insieme un'abitura non so, un'abitura del Pacifico. E poi posto siamo al centro e poi viene fatto il treno. E questo è salone. Poi questa casa qui è famosa perché purtroppo è il famoso tesoro del Menandro. 24 miliardi, pensavo sempre vostro denaro. Il servizio davanti, con delle coppe, questo ci sono davanti, dei vassoi, dei cazzi.
This is the ruins of Pompeii. The tour is really good. We've just been through a house that's 1800 meters square, so not exactly small.
So be attention in your head, because the Roman people, they were short like me. Grazie mille.
Ciao.
Here on the left, that's another tool. It can serve you individually. As you can see, there is a top button.
More employees. Castruccio Street.
Here we are. So back to the
Okay, so Pompeii's stunning. I'm struggling to see how Herculaneum could be better well preserved, because it does seem like there's been a lot of preservation here at Pompeii. It does also make me think how much of it is actually original. And it is quite a bit of it, according to our guide here, so yeah. You've got to remember that Pompeii was mostly ash, not so much the molten lava or anything itself, so that's why that's how it's been preserved as well as it has done. But I can't imagine what Herculaneum must be like, considering that's apparently better well preserved. Apparently, so lots of mosaics and artworks like this as we go along as well, especially in the red and yellow, and the other Roman colour is blue. So yeah, it's kind of full on when you remember that there was 67 people that died because of an explosion.
The treatment.
And the fact that there's this much still standing from it.
The Epidarium was
And
a room
I've just been told
like
we're
a steam
about to head
room,
into the
like
red
the
light district.
Then
So,
you enter from the
fun times.
Epidarium, you go, you
2,000 euro plus the
you
streets.
go in the
They go.
Calidarium.
Right, so we've hit possibly the most important part of Pompeii, and that's basically the central square, the meeting point for everybody. Have a look at this. Yeah, the crane. The crane.
Sul piano Vesuvio.
Yeah. So this is the top of the hill at Pompeii. standing here is amazing. You can imagine the square just filled with people, and of course some that were hiding because of the eruption down. So that's Jupiter's temple, Jupiter Minerva. Market over there as well. Full of amphoras and stuff as well. And the bar. Temple of Apollo there, the Greek god. Now remember, Pompeii was founded by the Greeks, not the Italians, so that's what makes that quite interesting. Big into terracotta there as well. La Basilica. Political meeting point, not a religious one. It's really interesting. It's a very important political city, because they all came here to talk about politics of Pompeii and of Italy as well. So it's the centaur, the statue there, but it's only been there since 1997, so really not part of the ruins at all, to be fair. But yep, we'll continue on. So we're meeting our guide back there in about 5 minutes, so I'm going to try and rush around and see as much of this square really as I can, because it's me and I don't fuck around, I guess. I try not to fuck around. Obviously I do sometimes. I did yesterday and didn't get to see half the things in Naples that I wanted to. But that was mainly because of the rain more than just fucking around. So we'll see what happens when I get back there, and I'll go and try and at least see some of them, if not visit some of them, especially the castles. Castel dell'Ovo, Castel San Elmo, etc, etc. These are definitely ones that I want to see.
No, this is new.
So I'm not going to go too far on these because I've only got 4 minutes left now to see as much as I can of this. And to be fair, we might be walking up here afterwards anyway. And I've got to remember to look down as well, because I don't want a repeat of Athens, now do I? That wasn't the greatest part of my life. Again, great for you guys that were watching it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch the Athens episode, which was based, yeah, at the I can't even remember where it was. At the Pantheon, I think. Yeah. So go watch that if you want some actual entertainment instead of me just talking to the camera. There was something funny that did happen in there. Now these are original columns. A lot of these aren't. They were just found and sort of replaced. But the ones up there are original. And this was the marketplace where they would sell amphoras, wine, everything like that, like I just told you guys. And the rest of the marketplace does look like it's under construction or something at the moment. Maybe going through some repairs. It was all in here. Now we might have to fight for some crowds here. But it's such as life when you're at such a destination as Pompeii. But at least here, as opposed to Venice, there's a lot of wide open spaces, so you're not just stuck in narrow alleyways trying to get from A to B. We have had to stop a couple of times to go through some of the houses and the prostitute's house, or the whorehouse. I've just been called to go back to head back to the meeting point, and someone's just lit up an actual cigarette. Now, I'm a vapor. I have been vaping as we're going through, but fuck lighting up an actual cigarette. Because what are you going to do with the butt on a historical site such as this? I couldn't think of too much more that is... Well, I couldn't think of too much more disrespectful things than that. So, yeah. So, we're going to move on now with the tour. And we've made it to the end of our Pompeii tour. Again, a lot more well preserved than what I had anticipated, if I'm completely honest. So, I'm very impressed, has to be said. A lot more than what I thought I would be. So I'll take it. Obviously, there's always going to be some remedial work going on to try and keep it up to a certain standard. So there are cranes, there is scaffolding, there's work happening to keep it as intact and whole as possible, which you can certainly understand at the best of times. But it is phenomenal. You think these are 2,000 plus years old and they're still standing. That thought alone just is crazy to me. And they're not just still standing, but in parts of it, it's thriving. It's almost full buildings at times, which is, yeah, like I said, just crazy to me. But very thankful and very happy I was able to eventually experience this. And I almost fell down a ditch. Yeah, absolutely lovely. Here we are, Mount Vesuvius now. That's Napoli, or Naples. Just have a look around here again. This is a live volcano still, an active volcano I should say. And you can see straight through there all the volcanic rock that comes up, and even underneath us to a degree. It's not bad at all. Lovely wee spot really. I say we're pretty high up. But it's not that far of a walk from where the bus is parked, so definitely not the biggest hike that I've done, but I don't think it's the smallest or the easiest. That belongs to maybe part of Makarska actually, where it was also relatively flat, but the ground here does make it quite difficult because it is all quite loose, so it's tough for the foot to get a grip, to get a foothold, to press off. You sort of sink into it, which just makes it that wee bit trickier on the calves, but it gives you a nice good calf workout, and you know I love my calves. So we're almost to the top of Vesuvius now. There's the crater. It's the bonus of these sticks, because you don't have to actually get out there. And so we've got a little bit of a way to go yet, so off we troop. And here's the view again from a little bit higher of Naples, or Napoli, whichever way you want to say it. You know, I didn't actually realise that Naples was on the sea.
Yeah.
I just didn't really think about it.
Port City.
Yeah. Wait for some damn Americans.
Canadians.
Canadians.
Yeah, it's like couldn't have got
Wait,
one.
where in Canada though?
That is an insult.
See, I know you're actually from Toronto because you didn't say the T.
Oh.
People who aren't from Toronto say Toronto.
Don't they? Yeah,
People
they really do.
People from
actually.
Toronto say Toronto.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from New Zealand.
Oh, I love New Zealand. I'm on the board of a company there.
What
So
company?
sick. Biolumic?
Oh, I know Biolumic, yeah.
Do you really?
Is it the teeth one?
No,
Biolumic?
plants. They
No.
do like UVB lighting on plants.
Okay, no, different one.
Yeah, no, they're in right outside of Rotorua.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Smell City.
Yes. Yeah, with all the pools.
Yeah,
Awesome in New Zealand. It's amazing.
I'm sorry that I got you guys wrong.
It's
Sorry that I
okay.
got
We
you
could have called you Australian, so.
confused. No, but I wouldn't have been offended by that because I grew up in Australia. So,
I just spent a month with Americans in South Africa.
I'm sorry.
It was brutal. It was more of a culture shock to be with the Americans than to be in Africa.
Oh no, it was like I started this trip in London.
Yeah.
And my first day I went on a 3-hour tour.
Yeah.
Like walking tour.
Yeah.
And I met a South African couple and we had a bet as to how many stupid questions the Americans would ask. No joke, within 3 minutes the guide the guide explains to us that they do 24-hour shifts, but they switch every 2 hours.
Yeah.
The moment he said that, what, they stand out there for 24 hours?
No.
He's like, yeah.
Yep.
Within 3 minutes. It's just like, you fucking... It was 16 was the final count after 3 hours.
Brutal.
Yes. 360. It's not on 360 at the moment, but it does have that.
Yeah.
Which is sick
really
when you get to like
want
the top of these.
Yeah.
You just put the 360 on, it sees everything. Or on a boat.
A few of my friends, like, they use it like during their training and stuff. So like they have all these really cool like panoramics when they're like riding their bikes, and it's just so fun.
Anyway,
On a
we'll
boat,
continue
you
on.
said it's cool?
Still bouncing around here at the top of Mount Vesuvius. I just need to point out there's an island over there, you can only just see it. Well, I can only just see it, so you may not be able to, but you should be able to. That's Capri, over there. And over that way, in that peninsula, is the peninsula of Sorrento. Capri is quite a famous island, especially during the summertime. I don't actually know much more than that about it. I think it's what they named the Ford Capri after, which was silly little soft top Ford that brought out years ago, and it was for the summer. I'm guessing drinking, maybe some partying. I don't really know. If you do, tell me. Otherwise I'll probably just end up googling it anyway, because I hate not knowing shit, of course. But it is still a lovely view. But I'm hoping maybe, it does look like there are people at the top of there, but it's only one way to find out really, and that's to keep walking around the crater here and figure out for ourselves. It is quite odd that we have to go right round to get up there though. But what will be will be. Yeah, what will be will be. I'm just trying to see if it does connect back outside or whether we're gonna have to walk right back around again, because that is a distinct possibility here. But yeah, we'll figure it out. It's happened again. It's happened again. Stairs are my nightmare. It's happened again. Fucking stairs, mate. Luckily, it doesn't appear to be too many at this point. In fact, it does appear at the end of at least that bunch anyway. Hopefully not too much more. But again, we shall see. Andiamo.
I work with
You can't just come over for 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I work with a couple of few weeks. The second time
Yeah, you can't just come over for a couple of weeks. You've got to do the whole.
to Europe.
Yeah, you know, make the most of it. Like if you're from the States, you can come over for like 3 or 4 weeks because it's only 8 hours. It took me 33 hours to get to fucking Heathrow. You know?
Yeah, you can stop on the way as well.
Yeah, so I stopped in Singapore, had 5 hours there. No, it's a bit longer than that. I had 8 hours, 7.5 hours Singapore, and then 2.5 in Munich.
Okay, they're not a stopover to see stuff.
No. I'm doing that on the way back. I'm stopping in Singapore for 2 days, so it'll be good. But just chatting with some more English chats, but I've got Peroni, a beer at the top of Mount Vesuvius. Have a look in the peninsula. Can't really complain too much about that, can you? Cheers.